Benin blocks Niger oil exports in border row. Benin has prevented neighboring Niger from using its port to export its first crude oil as a border dispute rages between the two nations. President Patrice Talon's government is demanding that landlocked Niger reopens its side of the border if it wants to use Benin's ports. Mr. Talon accused Niger of treating its neighbor like an enemy. Relations between the two nations soured after the military stage coup in Niger last year. Benin and other West African nations imposed sanctions on Niger, including border closures, in a bid to force the military to hand back power to the elected government. The sanctions by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, were eased in February and were expected to normalize trade relations with Niger, but Niger refused to open its land border for goods coming from Benin. Mr. Talon has accused Niger of not cooperating to restore ties. If you want to load your oil in our waters, you must consider that Benin is not an enemy country and that its territory cannot be the subject of illicit trafficking or informal exchange, he said on Wednesday. If tomorrow the Nigerian authorities decide to collaborate with Benin in a formal manner, the boats will be loaded, he added. Niger's junta has not yet responded to his comments. Benin's move puts at risk Niger's plan to begin exporting oil. The landlocked country has been producing about 20,000 barrels per day, primarily for domestic consumption due to the lack of an export route. Following the completion of a 2,000-kilometer-long Chinese-built pipeline through Benin, production was set to rise significantly to 110,000 barrels. The dispute is seen as undermining the project and affecting relations between two countries that were close trade partners before the coup in Niger. The director of the Center for Research and Opinion Polls in Benin said the country would lose about $7 million or £5.6 million daily from oil transit fees that Niger would have paid. He told the BBC Newsday radio program that Benin was suffering bigger losses from Niger's decision to keep the border shut. He said that most of Niger's imports are exports passed through Benin before the coup, but this was now happening through Togo. He said that Niger's refusal to open the border was really hitting the economy of Benin, including the transport sector. Now let's listen to what the president has to say, a little clip of his statement about what is going on between his country, Benin, and Niger.
And take us as an adversary. This is not our vision. Niger is a friendly country. Nigerians are our brothers, our sisters. The Nigerian authorities are partners, our colleagues, so we can work together. We have said that our territorial waters of Benin, which are part of the space of the territory of Benin, cannot be the subject of illicit traffic, nor be the subject of informal exchange. If you want to load your oil on our platforms in our waters, then you must consider that the country is not an enemy country, and that the territory of Benin has not been the subject of illicit trafficking or of informal exchanges. And it's not that we refuse to contribute our territory, our administration, and our means for collaboration between Niger and Benin. We say that this must be done formally, that's all. If tomorrow, Nigerian companies decide to collaborate with Benin in a formal manner, the boats will come loading, but not in an environment of informality and adversity which is not justified. This is the situation, and I am unhappy to see it, and I appeal with all my wishes to the Nigerian authorities, so that Benin and Niger can regain the brotherhood that has always existed, and reassure them that Benin will never attack Niger. It is not in our interest. First of all, there is no point in doing so. It is not our intention. Why would we do it? Why would Benin be an enemy country or adversary of Niger? Why would the Beninese authorities be adversaries of the Nigerian authorities? There is no reason other than that. So, I take this opportunity to send them a message of fraternity, friendship, solidarity, and to say that Benin will remain in this dynamic all the time, as long as they want. Mr. President, under what conditions will you authorize ships to anchor in Beninese waters? I've said enough, that if Nigerian authorities want it, if they want it this evening, this will be the case. We say so, but of course we cannot say that the exchanges with Benin are prohibited, that Niger does not want any exchange with Benin, and ask that the boats for the Niger oil come to dock in our waters. We have no conditions, we are not bad, we want it, and that depends on them, but it's them who refuse, it's not Benin who refuses. They refuse to allow Benin and Niger to exchange. They refuse to allow trucks to cross Benin. They refuse to allow the port of Cotonou to give way to Niger. He refuses, I want. So, I consider that he also refuses that the platform serves Niger. Niger has not officially informed us of a particular reason why they have kept the borders closed. They haven't officially informed us of their desire to send loaded boats either. They haven't said it. It is Chinese companies which informed us of the intentions of the Nigerian authorities, and even this formula is not suitable. The states do not exchange between themselves via private service providers. No, we are not bad. We are waiting, and we have only told the Chinese that be careful. There cannot be Chinese boats in our waters to load Nigerian products that the Nigerians themselves have banned from crossing.
To me, this whole thing does not make sense. This back and forth does not make sense. Here, the Nigerian authorities still have the border shut. And now you're expecting the Benin to open their own borders. No, it doesn't work that way. You should open your own borders. If you want them to open their own borders, that is it. That is how things work. And besides, we are one. We are one Africa. What are we fighting for? What is the fight all about? Okay, now it was a civilian government and a coup took place. Civilian government is no longer there. When the civilian government was in charge, they had good bilateral ties. Now that you're there, why not maintain the bilateral ties between your country and this country, so that this kind of thing will not be coming up? We are one, for crying out loud. Africa, please unite. Let's talk over these things and then get back to business as usual. Please let the borders open. We are one. These whole things are not necessary. It does not make sense. See how much you're losing for your borders being closed. Thank you so very much again for your time with me. I don't take it for granted. Hope to see you in my next as I bring your way again more trending news. Bye.